and he gets a ring in his first year on the team.
Yeah, I mean, it was a perfect marriage. I mean, when you look at it, Kenny and Pred, the swagger and confidence that they had combined with the individual talent of Dashi and Shotzi, they were able to come back from adversity from that last major, go into champs, and just light it up. Shotzi, MVP performance, and you know what that meant to all the fans of the Green Wall. I've been waiting to see them hoist that trophy. Once again, they're able to do it.
Their second COD championship, 7 years between titles. Their first in the CDL era, and Optic end the season as the top dogs. That was until we announced another $1 million tournament on the other side of the planet. Over in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, we had the Esports World Cup with a $60 million prize pool. Call of Duty, $1.8 million, and FaZe, they showed up to play, proving that they do not need a roster change to find success.
And for Atlanta FaZe, this was kind of a second chance for them. This huge opportunity for them to solidify having Draza slotted into that 4th place, and they get the huge win, almost not dropping a map and keeping this team together.
Yeah, you know, they're the only two teams that didn't make a roster change, and for good reason, winning the 2 biggest tournaments of the year. And for, you know, FaZe, people were saying they couldn't close out finals, they couldn't get it done. Sullium said, you know what, I'm gonna get my swagger back, I'm gonna start slaying, lit it up, and they get that dub.
It was so fun to watch Simp throughout that tournament, and you have to think it's only gonna get more fun to watch him and Abizi go to work for Atlanta FaZe, because now in Black Ops 6, we have Omni movement. And if you don't know what this means, it means you are about to see accelerated gameplay with the ability to win gunfights that were not possible to win a year ago, Alley Cat.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. It feels like every year we're just singing the praises of the cracked SMGs. Abizi and Simp are a huge shout. Shotzi as well. Omni movement is going to be crazy with some of these talent.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch these SMGs go out there. I mean, we've seen clips, right? We've seen glimpses, but we haven't seen, you know, these guys going hard in an official match in the CDL. So we know we're going to see them bringing out all the stops here in week 1.
All the CDL pros that you ran into on ranked, most annoying.
I mean, Abizi's always the toughest guy, man. He's just running around. Obviously, Shotzi, incredible player as well. Abizi, both them one and the same.
Love that call out. We'll keep our eyes on both those players here in our intro week. And of course, we also have to keep our eyes on the community. We have a brand new segment here called Burgers and Fries. And this is where we are going to review some clips from the community and rate them right here on the desk. Let's start with Hydra.
Fries.
Burger? That means your buns. Fries? That means you're frying. This guy? Well, he's pretty good for some highlights.
Yeah, I don't even think we got to watch the clip to know that he probably absolutely worked on somebody. And that's only Omni movement for you right there. That's got to be a meme. Somebody screenshot that face.
I love the reaction from Hydra. Here's a man that we know well, Mr. Stud, ranked teammate of Nameless. Is this a real one, Nameless, or is he hacking here?
He's using the Krig. Like, what are we talking about? Jay was absolutely frying. This is my duo right here, pulling out the pistol, going crazy. He gets fries for that one.
Fries for Jay all around. Well done, Stud fam. Moving on here. Clip number 3. It's our one and only analyst of the year. Nameless going to town. 2. Walk me through it, Nameless. Give me some play-by-play.
Listen, we win this game. I know the score, you know, leads you astray, but I was frying. Nice 4-piece led to the rotation. You know, just going crazy in the rank a little bit.
Fury kill's good enough for fries for me, Alan.
Fries and some dip. That last turn on was pretty crazy.
Samuel.
This is so toxic.
Oh my gosh.
This is the most toxic edition of Black Ops 6. Taking people hostage and just doing what you want with them, and brings them into the water.
Oh, he got killed!
Oh my god!
Burger! Straight buttons play! You can't even troll properly, Octane. At least you got the dub, unlike Nameless in his game.
I won mine.
Maybe retired at the right time.
No one believes you.
I'm sorry, Sam.
Yeah, no, awesome stuff there. Keep your clips coming, and remember, you can be featured on a future show. All you got to do, use the hashtag CDLRanked, and you could be in our place. Nameless, how easy is ranked right now, and what gun do you need to use if you're coming into an opening night of gameplay?
Listen, Jacko and Ames. Those are the 2 guns that you're going to be running.
Jacko, if you're an SMG.
Look at your favorite pro class and hop in there.
And of course, get used to some new maps that are going to be here in Season 1 Reloaded live now. Nameless, talk to me about it.
Yeah, you know, we played this map last night a lot. It's really fun. I mean, instantly going to be one of the best maps in terms of search and destroy and hardpoint. We played this back in Black Ops 4. It's got some iconic areas on it. A little bit bigger of a map, but it plays well. There's some variety. In the middle, you can go into Top Palace. There's also the bottom fountain where you can get mixy with an SMG. People are going to have a lot of fun playing Hacienda back in ranked.
Hardpoint, search and destroy. What are we thinking, Al?
All the above. I feel like control might be a little bit weird on this map. And like Ann said, it is bigger because back in Black Ops 4, we did have 5v5 But what I'm most excited about with Hacienda added is to see Simp and Obizi, because that is one of their best games and best titles. To see some of those maps now get added, you got to keep your eyes on
If
them.
you watched last year, we added new maps and expect the same here in 2025. I don't know if that's true or not, but I assume so. Let's move on to Roster Mania, because we had so many rosters changing, and the big winner, it's clearly LA Thieves, right? This is a team that saved bank last year. They brought in a bunch of young guns. Only one remains as Dan Ghosty stays on the roster. He's now joined by Envoys. He makes his return to LA, but they steal 2 superstars in Scrap from Toronto and Hydra from New York.
There's just so much to talk about each individual player on this team. Just to keep it short and sweet, I mostly want to focus on Ghosty, because his first season was on Optic Texas. He had to play a role filler. And then last year he was put on LA Thieves, and he was kind of the leader when it came to all the young guns. Now he's surrounded by players that he doesn't have to teach, and I'm excited to see what they can do.
How good is this team? Well, we asked Nadeshot about it on his stream. Here's what he had to say.
Who knows? They could be overhyped. It might end up becoming true. We'll see. All I know is we had a 4-team LAN with C9, Atlanta FaZe, and Optic, and we beat Optic in a best-of-7. And we beat FaZe in 2 best-of-5s. So I don't think anybody's really overhyped right now. I don't even think you can consider us overhyped, because we got bragging rights until the matches start up in December. Right now, we're in the driver's seat. We're in pole position, dude.
We're in pole position. That is the feeling out there in LA. And Nameless, you agree with it after the Kason showdown. Talk to me about this tournament. What went down?
I mean, if you really look at it, well, obviously they won. They beat all top teams as Nadeshot just described. But if you really look at these players, they have 3 of like the top 6 players from the entirety of last year. Ghosty, unbelievable on the LA Thieves squad, and they ended up getting top 4 champs, top 2 at EWC. And then Hydra and Scrap, arguably the best they are and best SMG on the year, arguably. So, I mean, this team is stacked from top to bottom, and they're going to be going toe-to-toe with your 2 favorite squads.
All right, so New York loses their superstar in Hydra, but they rebrand. Now, the former Subliner squad known as the New York Cloud9. Let's take a look at this lineup, because they still have some veterans. You got attached the world champion alongside the youngster Crimp. Mac makes his return to the CDL after taking a year off to deal with some family issues. And, of course, you have Sib, the only returning member from 2024. So, Alley Cat, walk me through Cloud9. What are we thinking about this squad?
There's still a lot to talk about when it comes to Cloud9. I guess the biggest thing's got to be Mac in his return. He took a year off, and now he's back into the league, and he joins his former teammate in Sib. I like to say he plays a little bit similar to a baby Kismet. He has potential to pop off, but that's not where his strengths lie. It's going to be in that annoying player, getting behind the scenes, playing some objectives, and when you need it, sometimes he's able to pop that 2 and 3 piece and get the break on his own.
And you were telling me there's a little bit of concern for any player that takes a year off. Walk me through it as a former pro. What are you looking out for? What do you need to see from Mac?
Listen, we all know that playing Call of Duty and being the best, it comes with a lot of reps, Chris. You have to be going hard scrimming, playing every day. So there's going to be some ring rust for him, a player who was already prone to that bad game. The good thing for him is he has some familiarity with Sib. Obviously won a championship with him, and then the coach being Accuracy, who also sort of molded him and guided him to be the player that he was. But with this roster, it's just a weird one for me. I think off the rip, they might struggle a little bit versus the top teams, because I look at the dynamic between, Sib and Attach, both players who like to play for kills heavily, right? So you got some raw issues there, and you got Matt coming in after a year off. So they're going to have to be very patient with this roster and with each other, because it might be a little bit of a learning process.
For me, it's kind of like this is still a solid roster, and they're still going to contend. It's just,